Welcome to ERP Anywhere, an Android app that can help create an efficient work environment by managing and simplifying the workflow of your employees. I'm the lead developer, Zachary Sinoski, and I'll be walking you through the ins and outs of the app so you can get the most out of ERP Anywhere. The goal of the app is to be an expandable resource planning mobile application that your employees can use seamlessly in any factory. The app will take advantage of your device's camera, internet connection, and other mobile device hardware to help improve the workflow for your employees. After you launch the app and log in, you'll be greeted with the main app hub that provides easy access to the rest of the app's functionalities. The colored icons indicate the modules that are enabled for your account. This page will grow as we create more useful applications that makes the job of you and your employees easier. Over here, we have the profile page. This will tell you who's logged in, as well as other relevant information about the user's account. If we open up the settings, we can see some useful preferences that can help the user throughout the app. Some options include a location selector, where the user can select the locations that are relevant to them in case there are many factories or locations within your system. You could also enable the auto logout feature that will automatically log you out after a certain amount of time to protect your company's data if the user loses the device. The app also comes with a dark mode theme toggle to suit the user's preferences. The Inventory Management module is your one-stop shop for mobile inventory management. To access the inventory functions, you first have to input an item that you want to manage inventory for. There are multiple ways of inputting an item. The first option is to use your device's camera to scan an item barcode that will get the item information automatically. There's also an option to manually enter the item barcode for if the printed barcode was rendered unreadable. This page also supports the use of paired Bluetooth scanners or keyboards that can save the user from manually inputting the barcode themselves. Once you've inputted an item, you'll be greeted with the location selection page. This page will display all locations that the scanned item is currently registered in. From here, you have three options. The first one is to manually select your item's location. If your item exists in too many locations that makes it too hard to look for, you can use the scan location function, which works a lot like the item scanning, but for locations instead. Lastly, if you want to add the scanned item to a new location entirely, then you would select the New Location button. For this example, let's select the default location of a regular tracked item with a rack and bin. From here, you could see the location you've selected, the current quantity of the item in said location, and navigation buttons to the rest of the inventory management functions. In the current version of the app, you can only do item transfers and adjustments. If you wish to change the item's location, you can press the current quantity card in the middle. If you wish to change the selected item, feel free to hit the scan button at the bottom. Let's adjust the quantity of the item we've scanned. The adjustment page has two tabs in it, which consist of the current item tab, which shows you information about the item you're adjusting, and the view adjustment tab, which shows you all transactions you've added to the current adjustment. For sake of convenience, we've created multiple ways of adding and subtracting quantity. Firstly, you can set the adjustment quantity for when you know exactly how many items you want to add or subtract. Secondly, you can set the new quantity on hand for when you know the total amount of items you wish to adjust. And lastly, there's three buttons in the middle that can help the user manually count the items they're adjusting, or they can press the button in the middle to reset adjustment quantity back to 0. Please note, you can press and hold the add or subtract buttons to add or subtract in quantities of 10. Let's add 10 to this item. Now press the next item button to save it to an adjustment. The item was added to the adjustment, and the app sends you back to the scan item page to allow the user to quickly add more items to the adjustment. For this example, we only wanted to adjust the one item, so let's click View Adjustment to go back to the adjustment page. Here we can see our item was added to the list of pending changes. Clicking on our item, we can expand the card to read the details about the adjustment as well as additional options to edit and delete the adjustment line we just created. Clicking on Edit will send us back to the current item tab and automatically fill the tab with the adjustment information. Once you finish editing, click the Save button and your edit will be saved and you'll be sent back to the View Adjustment tab. Now that we're done, let's click the Save button on the View Adjustment tab to upload the details to OrderStream. This will either create a new adjustment number, or the details will be added to an already existing adjustment. Currently, ERP Anywhere only supports one unapproved adjustment number per account. Once the transaction is saved, your screen will read Adjustment updated successfully, and you'll be sent back to the Scan Item page, and your adjustment will be waiting for approval. If you're logged in as a user that has permission to approve adjustments, you'll be able to see the Approve button in the View Adjustment tab. Please note, if you're able to approve in the first place, a pop-up will appear when you click Save that lets you approve the transaction right away instead of saving it first. Now let's move over to the Transfer module. You'll notice a lot of similarities to the adjustment page, like the Current Item and View Transfer tabs, and the way to add and remove quantity. This is to make learning the app as easy as possible. The major difference in the transfer page is the source and destination selectors. Here you can select where you're taking inventory from and where you want to transfer it to. For this example, let's move 10 items to a new location, rack, and bin. Once you're finished, click Next Item to save, and select View Transfer to head back to the View Transfer tab. This screen is the exact same as the one in the Adjustment module, but it has a text box containing the destination location. Currently, you can only have one destination location per transfer. You'll notice that if I try to add a new item, the destination location will be locked. Please note that you can still select different rack and bins. All that matters is that the destination location is the same throughout the whole transfer. Now to finish up, let's approve the transfer. Depending on the size of the transfer, saving could take a while due to the way the system allocates inventory. I would suggest saving as you go to avoid a long wait if a large transfer is necessary. If ERP Anywhere seems like the perfect solution to make your factory more efficient, feel free to contact Ceradex to learn how to get started.